At first glance, Barrio Obrero in Iloilo City is an archetype of an indigent community. "76% of households here live below the poverty line. But one needs to look beyond its surface to discover true wealth. It's resident volunteers that make up the Disaster Management Community of Reconciliation Group, or DMCG. First formed in 2003, DMCG was the brainchild of members of the Community of Reconciliation, a mixed interfaith mission based in Manila.
So when we were looking at the geography of Barrio Obrero, we observed, wow, there are about how many oil depots in such a small place? It is about 500,000 square meters, and it has about 20,000 household families. And we noticed and observed there was only one entry and exit way. Looking at that alone, you would know, my God, there's so much potential for disaster here. Aside from the existence of the depots, aside from the existence of houses made of light materials, very compact. It's a reclaimed area. Aside from the hazards of fire, there's flooding that also happens in Barrio Obrero.
Initially, the group sought to organize a Barangay Disaster Coordinating Council, or BDCC, as mandated by the local government code. But after a year of fruitless efforts, the organizers and the barangay captain decided to form their own rescue group instead.
The sole objective of this DMCG is to train us how to be prepared and how to respond in terms of disasters and calamity sa community namin. We're trying to develop our skills in terms of preparedness, as I said, and we're trying to also develop the spiritual side of this group.
Diverse volunteers from laborers and housewives to students and parish workers form DMCG. They regularly participate in trainings, simulation exercises, and various community activities. But in its early stages, DMCG first relied on its members who were knowledgeable on basic rescue skills.
Tungkol sa Community of Recon, nag-join ako sa training sa Antique, sa Yakadefeco Red Cross, sa 10 days training about sa disaster preparedness. And ang isa naman kay member nga si Burot, 24 years nga rescue volunteer na sa Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary. Nag-join naman sa amon. Then si Sir Boyet, nga deputize sang Antique, ganda mo siya nga, nag-commit mo siya nga, mabulig man ako sa inyo. So, as in doon nagamat-amat na kami nga daw nagbuo.
The group's modest financial state awakens its volunteers' resourcefulness, best shown in their equipment. Flotation devices and spine boards may be homemade, but have been proven effective in numerous operations. Once solely community-based, DMCG now lends its services to the city through assistance and training, and by helping other barangays establish their own disaster coordinating councils. The group received further affirmation when Petron solicited its assistance during the 2006 Guimaras oil spill. Obtaining no compensation other than fulfillment, these volunteers have inspired their community to be vigilant in disaster management. They have shown that all it takes to make a difference is the willingness to serve, regardless of one's age, background, or gender.
Ang volunteer work, grabe, ganyan nga demand. Kumpara sa akon, bilang volunteer, as in, taas na ganyan yung obra para sa akon. Kaya ga-obra ko ya, as in sa wala, isang sweldo lang. Ako ginabayaran para mag-obra. Gina-obra ko niya para tungod sa kabubuton ko.
Through DMCG, Barrio Obrero has gained new skills and has also regained its dignity. For its residents, poverty is not an excuse for apathy. Rather, it provides opportunities to rise above limitations, initiating progress and awareness within the community.
Camarines Norte, this is Radyo Lingkod Bayan, DWLB-FM.
Bango na po! Gising na po kayo!
Every morning, the voice of DWLB news commentator Bong Quebral rouses the people of Labo in Camarines Norte. Labo is a first-class town, the biggest municipality in the Philippines in terms of land area. Its 52 barangays or villages comprise 1/4 the entire province of Camarines Norte. DWLB's broadcast reaches most of these barangays. But aside from providing daily wake-up calls and local news, the community radio station serves a more important purpose. It alerts the people on impending disasters.
Mahigit pong 1 linggo na ang tuloy-tuloy na malakas na pag-ulan. Pinapaalalahanan po natin ang lahat na maging alerto lalo na po dito sa bayan ng Labo.
The people of Labo have reason to be concerned about calamities. The town is flanked by scenic rivers and mountains that are blessed with nature's bounty, but they also pose dangers to lives and property. At least 9 riverside barangays in Labo are high-risk areas prone to severe flooding and landslides during the typhoon season. In 1995, during one of the worst typhoons to hit the country, the rivers overflowed, leaving Nanay Violeta's home in Barangay Santa Elena submerged.
Katulad po nung nakaraang bagyong Rosing, hindi po kami nag-aalam na yung palang bagyong napakalakas ng bagyo. Totoo, nalaman namin na may pararating na bagyo. Pero hindi po namin alam kung nasaan na ba yung bagyo, kaagad-agad ay. Pero naghahanda na po kami. Ay bigla-bigla na lang po ang bilis-bilis ng taas ng tubig. Hindi namin alam na namalaya, nandiyan na pala.
The devastation prompted the provincial government and the town to take steps in dealing with future calamities. In 1996, the provincial government passed the Camarines Norte Disaster Management Code. 2 years later, the Labo Municipal Disaster Coordinating Council or MDCC translated this provincial legislation into a disaster response measure of its own. The Barangay Emergency Response Team or BERT is made up of barangay or village chairpersons and councilmen. They took trainings with the MDCC on the basics of disaster management and response to enable them to lead their respective barangays during times of calamities. BERTs are also involved in disaster preparedness. At Barangay San Antonio, one such initiative is rip-wrapping, a program to shore up the riverbanks to prevent them from eroding and eating into the community's land.
Yung rip-wrapping na yan ay namobilize namin yan as sa pagkakaisa ng sangguniang barangay, yung mga coordinator ng sanggunian na nakatalaga sa bawat purok, ininformahan yung BERT na kailangan ay magkaroon tayo ng pagkakaisa, kailangan ay maipakita natin na ang Barangay San Antonio sa pamamagitan ng mga tao ay magtulong-tulong bilang kabahagi sa programang ibibigay ng gobyerno.
The mobilization of barangay officials toward disaster prevention is just as active in Barangay Anahaw. Here, the barangay enlists the help of everyone, including students, in a river cleaning program.
So ito po yung ginagawa naming programa ng Barangay Anahaw Council and the BERT, Barangay Emergency Response Team. Kalahok po din yung ating mga forest official at iba pang mga NGOs. Ginawa po namin to since noong 1995 pa.
These efforts complement the early warning system that the municipality put in place. One component of the system are the signs painted to let people know that it is time to move to higher ground.
Yung early warning system, lalo na sa flooding, nakakatipid yun ng oras para sa mabilis na pagkilos ng ating mga tao sa barangay. Titingin lang yung mga tao doon sa early warning system. Hindi mo na kailangang mag-conduct pa ng public address o kaya may maglilibot, may megaphone.
The townspeople of Labo get to know about the birds and other disaster risk management efforts through radio. In the Philippines, radio remains a very popular medium of news and information. Labo's community radio station, DWLB, is a tool that enables the local government to provide service faster, especially to those living in areas that are not easily accessible.
Ang DWLB ay nagsimula yan sometimes 1999 kasi napansin namin na nahihirapan kaming maabot kaagad yung mga barangay namin na masyadong malalayo. Kasi meron kami mga barangay na mga 50 to 60 kilometers away from the population. At ano pa yan, nasa pagitan pa ng mga kabundukan. So inisip namin, kailangan namin ng isang matipid, subalit epektibong means of communication.
Community participation was the key to the success of DWLB. Being a non-profit radio station that does not enjoy advertising revenue, DWLB operates through its network of committed volunteers.
Wala namang income to non-commercial ito. Kailangan volunteer from iba't ibang sektor ng ating bayan. And mostly, pumapasok dito yung from senior citizen, women's sector, religious, at yung ilang mga empleyado ng local government.
The welfare and safety of the people of Labo are always DWLB's foremost concerns. During times of emergencies and calamity, DWLB's crew is the local government's first line of response. Alvin Bardon, one of DWLB's young field reporters and program hosts, is a resident of the disaster-prone Barangay Fundado. Before becoming a full-time news anchor, Alvin also started as a youth volunteer.
Pag may sama ng panahon, gising kami niyan. Magdamag, monitor kami. Kami yung gumagala sa labas. Halimbawa, pagka baha, kami yung nauna, hindi pa dumadating yung ating mga kasama sa munisipyo sa municipal disaster, alam na namin kung ilan yung tao dito sa evacuation center. Tuwin yung tulong namin, tulong ng radyo sa Municipal Disaster Coordinating Council.
Nanay Violeta, whose home was once ruined by calamity, speaks of the change that having a community radio has done to the lives of people like her living in high-risk places.
Marami pong impormasyon na makukuha doon. Tulad nga nung katulad nito, pag may babala ng bagyo, oras-oras po sila nagbibigay ng impormasyon. Nasaan na ba yung bagyo, gaano ba kalakas, gaano ba kalayo, ganun. Ay di kami po ay nakakapaghanda.
Komunidad po kasi ang tao, kailangan magkaroon po tayo ng tinatawag na pagkakaisa. Sa ngayon po ay sila ay willing po talaga sa ganitong programa sapagkat napakalaga nga po ng pagliligtas ng ating sambahayan ng mga kababayan.
Dahil alam namin na kapag walang kabahagi ang barangay, parang napakahirap nito. Hindi nila minamahal ang isang project kapag wala silang pinaghirapan. Kaya ito yung gusto namin na nakita namin na naghirap sila, nag-participate para pagdating ng project ay pangalagaan nila ito at mahalin na kami ay may kabahagi dyan sa project na yan sa pamamagitan ng BERT program.
Along the shores of Lake Bato lies Sitio Rinaga, one of 7 zones of Barangay Santa Cruz in the town of Bato, Camarines Sur. Rinaga is a village of about 400 people who are among the poorest in Barangay Santa Cruz. Majority of the residents here make their living off the lake as fisher folk, a hand-to-mouth existence where daily survival is the priority. Because of poverty, education takes a back seat in people's lives. College graduates are rare in Sitio Rinaga. Only 17% of residents finished high school. Many do not know how to read, write, and do math. Recognizing the importance of literacy in improving people's lives, the Universidad de Santa Isabel adopted Rinaga as a beneficiary of its Community Extension Service. USI is one of the oldest universities in the Philippines and is based in Naga City, about an hour away from Bato. With aid from the non-government organization Save the Children, USI conducted an outreach program for Rinaga that centered on building functional literacy among adults.
Ang basic criteria na nakita namin doon sa community sa Rinaga ay talagang yung kahirapan ng tao. Pangalawa, kulang na edukasyon ng mga tao, lalong-lalo na sa mga matatanda. Kasi naniniwala kami na kung yung mga matatanda ay hindi marunong o kulang ang kaalaman, hindi nila matutulungan yung mga anak na matuto sa kanilang pag-aaral.
While attending the USI CES Functional Literacy Training, the residents called their teachers' attention to their recurring disaster problems.
Yung mga tao, nagsasabi sila na siguro pwede nyo rin kaming turuan kung paano mag-manage ng disaster. Kasi nga, every year, may mga disaster na dumarating, may mga hazards. Lalong-lalo na yung baha na at saka bagyo.
May lima kaming module ng functional literacy dito na kinandak. Nagkaroon na kami ng need assessment. At doon sa need assessment, number 1 priority nun na problema talaga ng taga rito, yung pagbabaha.
This gave birth to a community-based disaster risk management or CBDRM program.
Ito na yung pagkakataon na maisama yung tunay na konsepto ng CBDRM kasi nakita namin na kahit bigyan natin sila ng livelihood, kung ano pa, i-rehabilitate natin yung livelihood. Kung walang kakayahan yung tao na mag-manage ng kanilang sarili during disaster, lahat na development effort na ginawa mo sa isang community, back to zero yon lahat. So, kaya sabi namin, we have to do something in terms of community disaster management.
Lake Bato is a catch basin for the waters of 2 provinces, Camarines Sur and its neighbor to the south, Albay. The lake poses a threat to Sitio Rinaga whenever the rains and typhoons come.
Katulad ng bagyo, dyan sa amin, yan aming tinitirhan na yan. Pag masyadong malakas yung bagyo, at saka hindi naalis ang mga bahay dyan, nagigibayan. Hindi yung mga manghuli ng isda, yun nga, nagkaka-oreyo-walay sila. Nahihirapan na silang lumabas dito sa tubig. Yung iba pa nga, nawawala yung bangka. Yung ganitong bangka, nawawala. Dahil sa kung kinukuhan ng malakas na alon, kung saan-saan na dinadala.
In the past, residents dealt